finger in front of the camera?
No.
Okay. So lately we've been realizing we have a can problem, like many people may have, and I was trying to think of ways we could solve the can problem. We need to be able to crush them quickly and in a timely manner, obviously, efficiently, for sure. So I'm devising a plan to crush a can, right? First we're gonna, well, the power, we're gonna use this here table saw motor, and I'm gonna hook it up to this here lawnmower transmission, single speed. And we're gonna have a connecting arm off of one of these tires that drives this here piston. It'll have a plate on the end of it. And it'll go inside this tube here, and it'll reciprocate like so, crushing cans, and it should be magazine fed, and it'll just be a can crushing mother. I've got these slotted metal pieces for the motor mount. I'm going to weld the plate that motor is welded to the ends of these, and have to get the right height and whatnot, and then we're going to be able to slide it forward and backward to tension our belt. It's going to be belt driven, and so this is going to okay, so right now we have the motor hooked up to the transmission, but we need gear reduction because it's spinning way too fast. That wheel is probably, hopefully we can find a smaller pulley to put on the motor. Hopefully I can pull this pulley off, which I'm skeptical of. So I have now put a motor that is rated about half RPM, and it probably is spinning about half as fast. But this motor is also a 1/4 horsepower instead of 1 whole horsepower. But I mean, it feels like it's got some power to it. So I mean, this is going to be the rod that makes the crusher reciprocate. We're going to have a connecting arm. This right here is this product's pretty close to. I mean. It operates as it should. I need a can magazine, so like I still need a can magazine, but we have got a pretty nifty little machine here. It's not super little. All right, so you can see our motors running, spinning tire, and here's where the action happens, right here. Okay, it didn't work. But I can tell you why it didn't work. It grabbed the back of the can and pulled it back in. I need to put a plate on the end of that thing. Can crusher attempt 2. Okay, can crusher test 3. Here we have, we're thinking it's about a 30 round magazine here. For the most part, single stack, single feed. They might have a little bit of double stacking, but you'll have that. We're full to the top. We haven't ever really tested this thing with this magazine. There's a little 8 rounder maybe.
10.
10, is that 10 round?
It's California compliant.
Okay. We
This
probably
is
should
the
start with that, but
this is the MAGA magazine of freedom right here.
Exactly. Plug her in.
Turn it on, see what happens.
I think so, yeah. Can crusher test number 4. Go. It didn't work.
the nice thing about it is you'll get your stovepipes, but it doesn't result in a stoppage. It just keeps it powers right through it.
It cycles. It cycles. You're not gonna have to worry about being in the middle of combat and your gun jamming. You just keep pulling just keep it plugged in.
Your can crusher jamming.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Tell them how we're working with the Chinese companies to start production up. So Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and Kickstarter, and
we're thinking that the MSRP on one of these units is going to be around $200.
Oh, it's more than that. But if you're an early adopter on the,
let's get early access as well.
Yeah. You can check us out. What Instagram, Facebook, MySpace.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, like and subscribe on YouTube,
Rumble, Odyssey.
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Twitch. We stream on Twitch.
I think we were having feed problems, but I also noticed that it was having issues where the piston's catching the second, or the one in line, like the one that's next up is getting caught by the piston. Like, I think we need to angle the piston so that it just pushes the next can in line. That's good. So, Dad, I'd like to show you a couple design features here that are very important that you might not think about. So, since this has a differential in it, I had to create a stopper, right? Here's my stopper. I just welded it right to the rim. And this way, this tire cannot spin. Only this tire. And that's very important, because if this tire spins, you're not crushing any cans at that point. Another thing, belt tension. It's not super tight, doesn't need to be, but this was not part of the designs, but I didn't have a belt that was the correct length because I didn't really do any measurements, but I had to add that in. I really made good use of washers. I just welded raw washers on, and you can see that there's no bearings of any sort. It's just 1/2-inch washers that are doing all the bearing work. See, there's two washers right here that kind of work together. 2 washers back there that kind of, I mean, they work together as well.
But to wear it down.
No, that's a replaceable part. See, so another thing. So this PVC pipe, that's gonna need to be replaced. Your connecting arm replaced. Your cylinder, it should last a good while. The washer on the end, you might have to cut it off and re-weld it back, a new one back on, but that's really simple. It's just one little weld. It's fine. Anybody can do it. And like this, you're going to have to cut it off and weld it back on. Does the tire still work? Probably not, because I was welding right there. Does it matter? No, it doesn't.
It'll still work. Little green slime. Green slime.
Should we try to put some air in this, see if it still holds air?
I'll bet you it does. I bet a little green slime, it will.
Then, if this holds air, you know that you can weld straight to your rim and it'll be fine. No problems. No questions.
We have more rims, though, so it doesn't really matter.
No problem. Except that this is one of those single-speed transmissions where there's just some weird... I don't know how it works. It's hard to get the wheel off. Never got the wheel off of one of these things. I don't know how that works in there. Just a bolt. If we take that bolt off, it's probably a 1/2-inch shaft that's milled on one side to have one flat area, so the wheel just slides on there, and you hold it like not a bad design. You can't blame them.
I don't think there's a big demand for the MTD single speed rear ends.
They work great for can crushers, though, Dad. When this video hits the internet, there's gonna.
You're right.
The earth is being sold out.
You're right.
You're not going to find one of these transmission guys. You better, when you see this video, go pick you up one right now, because you're not going to be able to later.
Everybody hates MTDs. Hating on MTDs. The
transmission's great for tons of things. You take the transmission out of that can crusher. Sawmill. Dad, next video, sawmill.
There you go.
That's what I was thinking. Because you could. All right, so are we?
Next mag.
Enough talking. Let's plug this bad boy in.
Enough talking. Let's start crushing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Crush time 3.
I hit the wrong. I was already hit. Okay. All right. Redo that.
Hold on. So we didn't record anything. We just said...
No, we were recording. Yeah, you were recording right up until you were about to plug it in, and I hit the button accidentally.
Okay. All right, guys. We're ready to start crushing. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa! What's going on?
Dad.
Uh,
See if we get a good run. All right, guys. Welcome back. We're going to try a full magazine through the automatic can crusher. Will it work? I don't know. Neither do you. I made some modifications to this bad boy since you last saw it. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, and go. Oh, good crushes. Oh, good crushes. These are good. That's what we do. That's what we want. That's what we want. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. How many was that? I don't know. I didn't count.
About 13 out of 14.
Way more than I can count to. I don't care.
Pipes.
Dude, well, that's what you want right there out of your can crusher.
There's no miss crushes.
Well,
do you see a miss crush?
There was a miss crush, Dad.
Where? There it is. One miss crush.
Look right there. There was a miss crush. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, we'll get it on the next run. Don't worry.
There was, but 1, 2,
Holy
3,
cow,
4,
Dad.
5, 6,
Cow.
7, 8, 9, 10,
This
11,
is gonna
12.
make our lives 10 times easier, Dad. You know how many cans we used to crush by hand, and we'd be like, I wish there was a better way.
There is. It's the ingenuity of. It just goes to show you that lawnmowers are infinitely adaptable.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Dad.
mow lawns, but they're so useful for so many things.
And I mean, it's not completely made out of lawnmowers, but like lawnmowers aren't completely made out of lawnmowers. There's other things in there like plastic and metal.
It's mostly made out of lawnmowers,
so a lot of lawnmower pieces here.
And I mean, old electric motors are just sitting everywhere. Like everything's got an electric motor.
We had 2, 3.
Like vacuum cleaners just get thrown away like left and right.
Left and right. Well, Dad, I'm ready for another reload, and we'll see if she can do another 13. You think?
14. We got 13, but we need 14.
All right.
Faulty camera over.
What is? Are we recording?
We're recording right now. It is on.
All right, guys. This is another crush on the Can Crusher 8533 Smittybilt lawnmower. Go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right.
Didn't like those last few. It didn't like. We had a misalignment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a misalignment. Oh man, that's not acceptable.
Well, really, Dad, the intention was to have a series of washers to hold this thing in the correct place. This arm. See, I intended to put washers on the other side to get it to stay in the correct place, and I put a nut to hold it on, and that just never happened. So stuff like that can happen. And also, this PVC pipe's only held by a chain that uses bolts to tension the chain, so it can kind of pivot. This is a prototype stage design here, really.
Right. If you do the Indiegogo, this is not what yours will look like.
No, not at all. I mean, it's going to be way more professional. You're going to see a lot of new parts.
Well, no, I mean, it still has to be built out of a junk lawnmower. I mean, it can't be new parts, then it would just kill the whole.
Well, yours might
then you just buy some Chinese can crushing device, although it wouldn't be full auto. Wouldn't go full auto.
No,
That's probably
you're not gonna have
manual load one can at a time.
You're gonna be there all day.
That's true.
Your back's gonna hurt. You might as well fall down a flight of stairs. You'd be better off falling down a flight of stairs than buying one of these. I mean,
Okay.
That's all I can
Well,
say.
are we moving on? I mean, this is. I think we're out of cans.
We might be out of cans. This might be the end of the full auto can crusher video. If you didn't like it, too bad. I don't care. I put some serious effort into this right here, guys. Serious effort. In 4.5 hours. Well, if you include the magazine and everything, I mean, you're probably talking 8 by that time. And the modifications to make it actually work.
Labor